Owls, have I got a treat for you today. Earlier this week, if you are a listener or follower of the It Rocks podcast, you probably heard this episode already. But if you're not, and you're just a follower of Beard Owl, you are in for some awesomeness. Yeah, that's right. The fellows over at It Rocks, my husband Russ and myself, spent some time putting together a Weird Al rock and roll mixtape. That's right, Weird Al rocks. Anyway, check this out.
This is your number one station, your official station.
You're listening to The Itch. My name is Casey.
My name is Dan.
And I'm Aaron, and this week we're scratching the itch to make right on something that is so long overdue. We've got a couple of friends on the show today, Russ and Lauren, and they have both invited us on their shows, which we'll get more into in a second, a couple of times each, I believe.
Yep.
And to this date, Russ has been on our show once, and this is Lauren's first. So...
I know, it's true. It's my first time here. I like that we're a couple of friends a couple of times, and we are in fact over here a couple of couples.
That too.
That's true. So it's just a lot of coupling.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It ain't that kind of podcast. No, I'm just joking.
For them it is.
Yeah, for them it totally is. And that's kind of what played into the delay so much, is you just had a lot of life things happening all at one time for a couple of months, and it just kept getting delayed, but here we are.
Yes, we're ready.
Kudos to both of you, by the way. Like, I use this as an escape from my couple.
No, we just driving, leaning right into that skid.
Yeah, so actually, why don't you guys give us the elevator pitch on the things that you have done separately and together in terms of, like the podcast content world?
Yeah. Go through your podcast first, and then I'll.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So the reason I am here probably definitely on this particular episode is because my podcast is called the Beard Owl Podcast. And it's a podcast where we talk about two of the best things in the world, beer and Weird Al. And we have just shifted to like a bi-weekly format. We've been going weekly strong for 3.5 years, and it's a lot. So scaling back just a little bit, but throwing content out there for the people to keep the weirdness going. And in the spirit of my podcast, I have a Voodoo Ranger Juice Force IPA that I got at the store today. And I was very excited because the 6-packs of Voodoo Ranger were buy one, get one free. So I bought one and I got one.
What's the ABV on that? I know it's
9.5.
9.5. Yeah, she runs to the store in the middle of the day today. She comes back with 12 of those. I'm like, are we having a party? I was unaware of.
Just gonna sleep really good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm a little jealous because I've only drank like once during our podcast, and that was by accident. Didn't know we were recording that night.
Yeah, you're not doing the couple thing. Lauren's doing the drinking thing during every episode.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We forgot to tell you, Dan, that you could do that. So
jeez.
I'm not kidding you. There's times, and this is 100% serious, where she'll come out after like an hour and 10, hour and 15 minute episode. She's drinking something like this. It's like 8, 9, 10% alcohol. I'll be on the couch watching YouTube videos or whatever else. She'll come out and be like, "Oh, that episode was so good." I'm like, "Well, yeah, I'm sure they're all good."
Somehow all of her episodes get better as they go. It's who knows? Like
the first 10 minutes was terrible, but God, every 10 minutes it got better after that.
Yep.
Do I still hold the record of beers consumed on a single episode?
Yes, I was about to say you absolutely still do hold that record.
That's so rad.
It's a delight.
Forever.
I think it was 8 or something.
Something like that. It was unreal. It was unreal.
Keeping up with the tracks of Alapalooza.
Yes.
And I'm betting still wasn't slurring at all.
No, he was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a truck.
That's rad.
And so maybe I'm just reading between the lines, but I think another part of the reason it sounds like that Lauren is slowing down on the Beard Out podcast is because you guys have been doing a lot more work together on Infectious Groove related stuff, which is the project that Russ started that has sort of evolved as well over the last year or two.
Yeah. It's gone over to YouTube now, and the same themes overall as we used to have on the Infectious Group podcast, where we just don't talk about anything negative. Like if we don't like an artist or a song or an album, we just don't talk about it because there's too much good out there to talk about. So we're up to 4 videos a week now, but they're always within 5 to 10 minutes though. I mean, these are not, this is not 25, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
For every video. This is all between 5 and 10 minutes. We're trying to kind of get a format so people know what to expect each week. So on Sundays, we have vinyl reviews, which can be direct record reviews or like equipment or, anything vinyl related is on Sundays. Then Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have the ones where we do a couple of different series, like 5 songs to start with. Like if someone shook you awake in the middle of the night and said, I want to get into Judas Priest, what's the first 5 songs I should listen to? Like that's, here's the first 5 songs I should tell you to listen to. So that's fun because it lets us go through, like, there's no limit on that. Like every genre, we even do decades, like 5 songs from the 60s to start with, or you know what I mean? So things like that, or like hidden gems from a certain artist, or songs that should have been singles, things like that, like just having fun with those. And then on Saturdays, we have what's attracted the most attention lately is we got in the reaction game. So we have been reacting to some of the best performances we can think of in music history and some of the most absurd things we can think of in music history. Just recently, both of us were told about the long form video for MC Hammer's Too Legit to Quit. And neither of us had ever seen the long form version of the video. So we queued it up, and it's something. Like
it is a thing.
Yeah, it's something. And so just things like that. Plus, it's not on the channel yet, but I just the other day had Lauren react to a David Lee Roth video, which went exactly as you would think that it would if you've ever seen a David Lee Roth video. And just things like that have been going really well for the channel. So, in short, 4 videos a week, anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes. And we tend to be getting a lot of positive reactions from people, which is great.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you used rock bands in your example there. So to clarify for the reader, what we've invited these guys on to do here is to combine our fields of interests. The music that they cover on their stuff is, not genre specific. It crosses many different styles. But we've invited them to help us create what we're going to call kind of the ultimate Weird Al rock mixtape. And the rule of thumb that the Itch gave ourselves was that the song should be a parody or a pastiche of an artist that we would play on the show. General rule of thumb. We're going to play pretty loose with it because this is more about having fun than being specific. Yeah. But if you can justify it, you can pick it, that kind of thing.
And for us, MJ songs are in play. So
MJ.
Oh my.
For the love that Lauren has for Weird Al, I think Russ's love for Michael Jackson is pretty close.
Probably close, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we figured out our order here, and they got notes. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah,
everybody came with notes.
We both have notes. I want to say up front, we have not discussed each other's notes at all before this, but there has been a lot of yelling back and forth between our offices and the home today. Like I earlier said, I have 4 songs picked just in case somebody else picks my stuff, and I just hear from the other room, I have 10.
Yeah,
I was
that's right.
Hang on. Yeah, so now I have 10 as well. So
yeah,
I think I have more than 10.
Yeah, and so when I hit 10, she had to go back and write.
Right,
more
I had
so,
one up her.
So now this is your show. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but it sounds like if you're doing a 10-track format, we might be able to facilitate the special edition that will get released 2 months later with additional tracks.
Right.
Yeah.
The expanded deluxe edition.
Yeah.
With another 5 or 10
foil cover and the one released for Christmas. So
right.
Maybe that's not a bad idea. Maybe we do a sequel of this.
Right.
I don't know. As has been discerned, there is always something to talk about when it comes to Weird Al.
Mm-hmm.
So, and again, this is it's kind of a draft, but it's not like oh man, they stole my pick. We're building something together kind of thing. And so we decided that Lauren, as the world's foremost expert, as I call her, whether she accepts the title or not, should go first.
Yeah, I accept that title, by the way.
All right.
That's people in my life outside of podcasting call me the Weird Al lady. Like people at work do. So I'm fine with that.
I'm not kidding you. One of the very first questions that her parents talked to me about, this is serious. Her mother, one of the first things her mother said to me was, Now, were you a Weird Al fan before you met Lauren? Or I was like, yeah, I was brought up in the Weird Al faith.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I want to also give a shout out to a quick shout out to a venture that has recently ended, but Lauren wore Weird Al shirts every day for, I believe it was 1,000 days.
It was 1,000 days. Yes.
3+ years. At some point in the day, she had a Weird Al shirt on.
That's a fact.
Yep.
That's a fact. And the day after it ended, I felt weird.
Not the good weird though. Yeah.
It was just odd, But I will say I wore a Weird Al shirt earlier today. So I just, don't feel the need to document. But also it's one of those things that it was a joy and also a burden, because I got so far into it. I was like, oh my God, I have to make sure I wear a Weird Al shirt at some point today.
There were times at like 3 PM when she'd pop up off the couch and be like, I have to wear a Weird Al shirt.
And document it.
I was hoping you were going to say like 10 p.m., like right before bed or something. She's like, I got to put on this shirt real quick.
That happened. That happened. Yeah, I was like, oh no, I guess I better put this on to sleep.
Yep.
Integrity is important, You got to.
It made it very difficult to go on any sort of trip, because like you'd know what you'd want to wear during the day and stuff. But then you have to work the Weird Al thing into it. And it's like, there was one time we were out of town and I literally brought a Weird Al shirt to sleep in so that I could wake up in the morning, take my picture in it, and then wear what I wanted for the rest of the day. Yep. I think I wore it down to the hotel breakfast, and that was it. So, anyway.
How many Weird Al shirts do you have?
60-ish.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Nice.
But now that the venture is over, I'm going to do the very meta Weird Al thing, and I'm going to put some of my lesser used or worn ones on eBay for somebody.
Okay.
There you go.
Because I got some on eBay. I'm going to put them back on eBay because I don't need to have that many now.
And the description will include that reference.
Of course.
Sure.
Of course, it will include that reference, and I might be able to fetch a little more money with it from them if I say, this was part of hashtag Weird Al every day from the Beard Al podcast.
Take that money.
Are you ready for my pick?
Yeah.
We are ready. Let's do this.
I am kicking it off with Albuquerque.
Okay.
I feel like this absolutely had to be on there. It's got some great rocking bits in it, and it is so incredibly epic that like we know Albuquerque as the track that closes the Running with Scissors album, but I think it could be a phenomenal opener for a mixtape too. Like it kind of lets you know what you're getting into just right from the beginning. So that's why I went with Albuquerque.
Yeah.
It's whenever we only got 10 songs, it's not a super long album to begin with. So you might as well throw an 11-minute song in there just to make sure you're padding that length,
Right. Yeah.
I'm glad you picked that one. First of all, I didn't know the artist that is listed on Wikipedia that is listed as the parody, the style parody of them. It's an artist called the Rugburns.
Yeah, check it out because it is like ridiculously close. The fact that it is just considered a pastiche is generous.
All right, okay. They're listed as alternative rock and cowpunk.
So
that's a genre I've not been familiar with, but okay.
That's a great kickoff choice. I was wondering if that was gonna slide into this conversation, and I'm glad it did.
Yeah, gotta open with some cowpunk.
My favorite thing about Albuquerque is in the lyric sheets for the booklet. It does like the opening paragraph and then says, "All right, good luck keeping up with the rest of the song."
That's great.
It would be the whole lyric book.
Yeah, right.
Song,
Yeah.
All right, Russ, what are we following up with?
A much shorter song that is, to my knowledge, I don't believe this is a pastiche of any particular artist, more just, I'm guessing like a hair metal-ish type thing, but from the even worse record, Stuck in a Closet with Vanna White, which I love the riff. I love the riff on it. I get this song stuck in my head a lot, like an unnatural amount. But to my knowledge, I don't think it's a pastiche of anybody in particular. I don't even think it would have came out around 87, 88 on Even Worse, which was right in the heart of hair metal, but it's not even like it doesn't even sound directly like that either. It's just a solid rock song.
Yeah, this is what I firmly believe like Weird Al would have just kind of wanted to do at the time. And I love Weird Al originals that are kind of like that. That's like, oh, no, this is, if he just wrote a song, this is what it would sound like.
Yep. Even Worse has a couple of those per, Wikipedia, the ultimate source of true knowledge.
Yes.
It is literally just listed as original.
Mm-hmm.
So that and Melanie, in case anybody was wondering.
Well, we don't talk about Melanie in this house.
I got in a lot of trouble on her show over Melanie.
And that is the last time we will bring it up.
No, it's we got coupled with Melanie Day 2022.
Casey, what is pick number 3?
I'm going to go with one of my favorite Weird Al songs and music videos, and that is Headline News, which is a parody of the Crash Test Dummies.
Did you pick it just so you could say that?
Yes. Well, no, not just that reason. The song is great because he recorded it and then released it on the permanent record box set. He just kind of quickly threw it together, and so all the stories that are sung throughout the song, which are the caning in Singapore and Tanya Harding hiring somebody to kneecap Nancy Kerrigan, and then of course John Wayne Bobbitt getting his Mr. Happy chopped off.
There's a great live performance that you could find on YouTube of Weird Al performing the song with the Crash Test Dummies, and it is a delight.
So one of my favorite things is when an artist appreciates what Weird Al did so much that they collaborate on a performance. I don't know how rare it is. You guys maybe that's a side conversation for another time, but
it's quite rare.
Maybe that's a playlist that needs to exist. Weird Al playing with the people.
They're usually Canadian when that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Canadians are nice, I guess.
Yeah.
Was that foreshadowing? I don't. Maybe.
No.
Maybe. No. It's not foreshadowing for me. I like that we're kind of hopping around to different albums. I'm going back to the one that Lauren started us off with, and I am choosing for pick 4 on this mixtape, Your Horoscope for Today, which was a send up of 90s ska. I first of all think it's hilarious, just the wanton violence that's going on within that track. And then it's also one where he does one of my favorite Weird Al things, which is a long, single breath rant. And so all throughout my childhood, singing along to this, and my adulthood, because let's not kid ourselves, we still listen regularly. I'm trying to see if I can make it all the way through the fine print on Your Horoscope for Today.
Oh, the bit that now you may find it inconceivable or at the very least a bit unlikely that the relative position of the planets in the stars could have a special significance or meaning that exclusively applies to only you. But let me give you my assurance that these 4 kids, I can't do it. I know it.
You're close. It was very close.
The liner notes just trail off there.
These 4 are based on solid scientific documented evidence, so you would have to be some kind of moron not to realize that every single one of them was absolutely true. Where was I? Thank you.
Nice. This is why we do this. This is why it's unfortunate that it has been 3 years into the show that we've not had you on yet. So
I know
moments like that.
I try. This is just moments from a regular Wednesday.
Right.
But actually, the reason that this song is it sounds like such a perfect send up of 90s ska is because the horn section on it is in fact the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's them. So this doesn't just sound like the horns from Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. This is the horns from Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
Nice.
I had a friend of mine take me to see the Boss Tones in 95 or 96, whatever. They were part of one of the Lollapaloozas. And ska music just doesn't take for me. It's just not my thing at all. And I tried real hard, and my friend was just so bummed that I wasn't enjoying the show. I wasn't this is awful, but I just wasn't having the time that he wanted me to have.
Scofful.
Yeah. Oh, good. And so when Your Horoscope for Today came out, I couldn't call him fast enough. I was like, hey, I finally heard a Boss Tone song I like.
I was gonna say, is this the exception? Because I feel like
this is absolutely the exception. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, we're gonna go to Dan, and he's in the middle, so he's got picks 5 and 6. He gets to go back to back, and I'm very interested in what he's got for us.
Well, this one should be expected. As Casey would know, I've been on a huge Star Wars kick, and Weird Al was way ahead of his time with this song. Came out on the Dare to Be Stupid album, the song Yoda, a parody of the Lola by the Kinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so honestly, like, it's funny because like just like this song came out in 1985, and just knowing now what Star Wars is and like the universe that it's built up, like this song was way ahead of its time. And like it's hilarious and it's still relevant. It's still very, very relevant, and even more so now because the Star Wars universe is like just making millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah, if you put this song in its time, though, this was very strong and brave because Weird Al wrote Yoda around the time of Empire Strikes Back, right? So that's when he wrote it, but he didn't put it out on the self-titled debut album. He didn't put it out on in 3D. He waited until 1985, which is a full 2 years after the original trilogy had ended, right?
Right.
So like nobody's like, oh yeah, Star Wars, it's so fresh.
Yeah.
Well, the line that sticks out to me there, if you're putting it out 2 years after the last Star Wars movie, is I know I'll be back someday. I'll be playing this part till I'm old and gray, because the trilogy had just finished, right?
Yeah.
But then The Force Awakens, though, so like that lyric totally reinvents itself, literally when Mark Hamill's old and gray.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's crazy.
It is absolutely, I would say, one of the top 5 or so, like, defining, I would say, Weird Al tracks.
Yeah.
Yes. So moving on, my second one. This is really funny because me and Casey actually were just talking about, and I think all of us on the podcast, honestly, we're just talking about the Hero song by Chad Kroeger, which was about Spider-Man, and it was terrible. It got, I guess it was very highly acclaimed, but like amongst like rock people that were in like the rock industry or just fans of rock, like just didn't like it. It was just a very sappy song. So my song that I chose is Ode to a Superhero because it's a much better version of a Spider-Man song than Chad Kroeger's. So it should. I think it was released like right after that movie came out, after the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans, but maybe they should have considered using it in the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies.
There you go.
Yeah, they should have. So I have thoughts on Ode to a Superhero. I'm going to keep it as brief and succinct as I can, in deference to everybody's time and brain. But okay, I'm a big Billy Joel fan, right?
Yeah.
But Piano Man is not one of my favorite Billy Joel songs. I was just like, oh, because that's the one everybody knows. It's kind of played out, blah, 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 blah. So I found it interesting when, Poodle Hat came out and then Weird Al was using Piano Man about Spider-Man. I'm like, okay, like I get that. That's fine. But then it's like, is he just trying to do The Saga Begins again with a different movie? And then you think back to like all of the songs that he's done about kind of summarizing a movie. And this one definitely is an outlier. Like there's a layer of cleverness to this, right? Because he's getting so many details wrong. He's like, oh, he's flying around on that glider thing and that,
Mm-hmm.
he can't think of the stuff. And then Piano Man is about drunks in a bar. And my headcanon on this is that Ode to a Superhero is a drunk in a bar telling the guy next to him about this Spider-Man movie that he just saw. Thank you.
That's pretty good.
I like that. I've heard that take before, and it tracks pretty well, so I'll go with it.
Yay.
All right. What are we back to me for 7, right?
Yep.
All right. For 7, I am gonna move over to Alapalooza. We're gonna stick with stuff that is related to. This is not a movie, but a show, and that is the Bedrock Anthem, wherein Weird Al does a very interesting thing, and actually parodies 2 songs within one. Uses the intro to give it intro to Under the Bridge, and then segues it into Give It Away. And I'm not really much of a Chili Peppers fan, to be honest. After maybe that era of Chili Peppers,
is it because your ears function?
pleading the 5th. Well, no, I won't plead the full 5th. After about that era of the Chili Peppers, I just found them boring, and so that's
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I without going off on a tangent, they're an entirely different band before Blood Sugar Sex Magic than they are after.
Yeah.
I feel like Blood Sugar Sex Magic hit, and they were like, "Hey, let's just keep making Under the Bridge in different forms from here out."
Right.
So
Got rid of all the blood, all the sugar, and all the sex.
That said, those probably are, aside from maybe like Dan in California, which I still could listen to all day. Those are probably my favorite Chili Peppers songs, and the fact that he not only he put them into one thing, he pulled the Flintstones into it, which was genius. He sent up the music video with the gold paint and all that. The addition of all of the Flintstones sound bites and stuff throughout it is just such a nice touch. I think it is a quite the master stroke.
There's so much
inspiration.
I love about it. There's so many little details. Like, I could bore you with so many little details about Weird Al stuff that I love. And Bedrock Anthem ends with one of my all-time favorite little Weird Al details, which is the way that Kiedis on Give It Away ends it with the now, like, and then Weird Al's got that sample of Flintstone. It's like, all right, oh boy.
Yeah.
Perfect.
The attention to detail is just stunning on that one. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, KC, number 8.
All right. Speaking of attention to detail, I'm going to go back to Running with Scissors, and this is a style parody of Nine Inch Nails, and that is Germs.
Heck yes.
Is a combination of Closer and Terrible Lie and a little bit of other things, but mostly those two songs. And it's about a hypochondriac just trying to convince you that germs are out to get him. And it's a great song. I love it.
Lauren's head is going to explode if she doesn't tell you about a particular live performance.
Do it.
It's true.
That's what you guys are here for. You're the context.
Yeah.
On all this stuff.
So I was actually like, it's from the Running with Scissors tour, but Weird Al put it on his official YouTube channel somewhere near the beginning of the pandemic because Weird Al's like, everybody should, germs, careful about it. This is a sentence that's very difficult to say. No. I mean, I feel it deeply, but like, this is the sexiest Weird Al that you're ever going to see. There's a bit in it where he's sliding down the mic stand and like a couple strands of his hair just get stuck to the top of it and he doesn't notice. And there's just something so like, oh, okay. Like, his wife's name is Suzanne. And like, literally every time I watch that video, there's part of me that's like, okay, Suzanne, I get it. Like, I understand.
And as an FYI, if you've ever seen any Trent Reznor performance, that's Weird Al's very much committing to the bit. He's performing in the style of Trent.
Perfect. It's just so perfect. I did an episode of my show, oh my gosh, almost 2 years ago now, where I talked to a bunch of Weird Al fans under the age of 25, and I talked to several early 20-something young ladies, and they're all like, yeah, that Germs video, I'm not comfortable talking about it in a public forum. And I'm like, good. That's how it should be.
Yes.
Song is so perfect. There's layers of things like the like industrial, like mechanical bit behind it. It says germs, like the whole way through. It's the attention to detail is spectacular.
And then the super deep microscope bacteria.
Maybe that's it. Maybe I just need to see that. I've never been a huge fan of that song, and I think it's just because I don't find the concept as funny as most of his other stuff. I mean, I can't.
I will say I like the song in the first place, but that performance does add to it.
Yeah,
I wasn't as turned on as somebody else over here, but I do think it's a great performance.
See, Weird Al can have all kinds of different effects on people.
Yeah.
Sure can.
As long as you have Lysol spray and a moist towelette.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, Russ, you want to give us number 9?
I do. This is off the last, as far as we know, studio record that we would receive from Weird Al. It is not only a pastiche, but this dude, like we talked about the attention to detail, this guy, when he does a pastiche of artists, it is so on because you're like, this sounds like every song this band has ever done. This dude, in the nicest Weird Al way possible, came for the Foo Fighters and delivered hard with the track My Own Eyes. As a fan of the Foo Fighters, this song is every single Foo Fighters song all at once. And it is wonderful.
It's true. This is the only one, by the way. that somebody else said that was also on my list.
Yeah, no one else has had anything on my list either.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Well, you know what? In fairness,
there's not a lot of rock and roll going on this rock list.
I was going to say this is not nearly as actually rocky as a list as I anticipated. So I'm glad that you
2 rock songs.
Yeah,
but there's not a lot of other rock and roll going on around here.
I mean, there's a couple things that I'm real surprised haven't shown up. And maybe I don't know. Do you guys want to go an extra 5? We're
Sure.
Yeah,
we're not pressed for time here.
Yeah,
we can make this a little longer.
Great.
All right. Well, then let's have Lauren do number 10, and then we'll snake back, and you can do 11 as well.
10 and 11. Okay. Excellent.
And then Dan will end up getting to close us at 15.
Ooh.
Pressure is on.
Hopefully nobody steals my pick.
I can help you if you want. I can help
He's
you.
only got one left.
Yes.
So, this is difficult. Okay.
I know. There's so many good ones.
I know. There's so many good ones. Because here's the thing. You know what? I'm going to go with what my original 10 was going to be because I can't not do it this way.
Mm-hmm.
Since I opened with Albuquerque, which is a nearly 11-minute song. Track 10 for me has to be off of the UHF soundtrack. It's a fun little ditty called Let Me Be Your Hog. Clocks in at about 8 seconds.
Yeah, something like that.
And what's great is this is
the yin to the Albuquerque yang.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
The balance here is perfect. And I actually put out a because I love how Let Me Be Your Hog starts. And it was recorded because there's a bit in the movie UHF where there's a radio playing by the pool and they had wanted some other music for it, but they couldn't get the license for it. So Weird Al was like, oh, I'm just going to record something. Right. And so it ends with like a record scratch because the radio falls into the pool.
Right.
And I had put out on my podcast probably a year and a half ago, I was like, man, I would love to hear a full version of Let Me Be Your Hug. And one of my listeners who happens to also be a musician recorded one for me. And I was like, that is sweet. I was under the strictest orders not to share it with anyone. It was literally like, Lauren, this is just for you. I'm like, oh, thank you. That's so sweet. So Let Me Be Your Hog would be my track 10.
What a gift.
Yes. And you know what? I'm going to do this mostly because I feel like I just want to put this out into the world because it's not like super steeped in lore just yet. I'm going to go with Now You Know for 11, the original, the new track from the Weird the Al Yankovic Story soundtrack, the song that runs over the closing credits of the film. I think, again, very much like Stuck in a Closet with Vanna White, it's not a pastiche of anything in particular. It's just the kind of rock song that Al Yankovic himself would do left to his own devices. And I think the song itself was a perfect way to close the cinematic masterpiece that was the 100% true and accurate Weird the Al Yankovic Story.
I like it.
Yes.
All right. Russ, what's next?
Another pastiche of another artist that I love dearly. I love this artist even more than I love the Foo Fighters. And to say Weird Al hit this on the head, this is even more accurate than My Own Eyes is to the Foo Fighters. CNR song is literally every White Stripes song, at least from the first 3 White Stripes records, like all at once. If somebody was to even ask me what the White Stripes sounded like, I might even reach for this song before a White Stripes song. It'd be like, well, here, listen to this. This is everything the White Stripes do in one song.
I am so glad I made I made a decision in my head. I was like, I really wanted to pick CNR for one of mine because I knew that needed to be on this list, but I knew if given one more pick, you would pick CNR.
Well,
so
I had UHF, the title track from UHF.
Oh,
next,
damn.
but you did Let Me Be Your Hug from the same record, so I skipped it.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, this extra round just thrown chaos into it all.
I know.
Yeah.
Upheaval.
Yeah. That's a great one. Not only that, but it's a fun one where he touches on another pop culture thing by riffing on the Chuck Norris jokes or whatever.
Yeah.
And the Charles Nelson Riley estate, when they because he reached out to them before doing it too, and they had what they felt to be like founded concerns about, like, is he going to make fun of his sexual orientation or this, that, and the other? But like, absolutely not. Like, come on, know who you're working with here.
Right.
Well, yeah, but it's not.
I know not everybody knows.
Yeah, they do live in the world we live in, where most people are.
I forget.
That not everyone is just as outright delightful as Alfred.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, KC, track 13. What are you thinking?
All right. Since we got another round here, this was one that I was deciding if I should include it other than the previous two songs that I chose. But since we got another shot here, I'm going to go ahead and go with Smells Like Nirvana.
I honestly thought that would have been like one of the first things. I'm surprised that it took that long, but I'm glad that you added it here. That's a great call.
Yeah, it should be here.
This is me being overly picky, and Lauren knows this. The guitar tone makes me physically angry because Weird Al is so absolutely perfect in all of his production, and the tone of the guitar, every guitar in Smells Like Nirvana, is so wrong compared to the original. And I'm absolutely, when people are like, oh, you must be fun at parties, I'm absolutely the guy that ruins this song for people. So like, you put it on there. When I get my copy of the CD, I'll skip it and we'll all be good.
Yeah, that's fine. But I love the video. Again, one of the ones, the video is great because it's,
and the video's dead perfect.
Yes.
Perfect video. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love hearing the stories of how people react to being asked if by Weird Al if he can parody them, and Kurt Cobain's reaction is one of my favorites, where he reportedly asked, "Is it going to be a song about food?" One shows that Kurt Cobain was well versed in Weird Al, which is awesome.
Yep.
Yes.
And for two, when Weird Al said, "No, it's going to be how no one can understand your lyrics," he got a kick out of it and thought it was funny. Was like, "Yeah, go for it."
Yeah.
So that's a delightful story to me. For me, I love it.
It's what I love about that story too is just connecting dots. The only reason that Weird Al even was able to get in touch with Kurt Cobain and Nirvana was because they were the musical guest on Saturday Night Live, and Weird Al reached out to Victoria Jackson, who played his girlfriend in UHF, to be like, "Hey, Nirvana's going to be there. Can you connect me with them, please?" I love how that kind of thing just happens.
Right.
It's honestly quite impressive. This is something that I think would be maybe there's a future episode for you, just the stories of permission. Because I just think it's amazing if you look through the history of all these years and all these artists and the stature of them, the number of people that he has somehow got to say yes to, and how as often as possible he does it in person.
There's so many, like you said, Lauren could tell.
Yeah.
My personal favorite one is the Mark Knopfler one, where Weird Al asks Mark Knopfler if he can do Money for Nothing. And Knopfler's response is, "Yeah, but I got to play guitar on it." And Weird Al's like, "Well, if you have to." Twist my arm, I guess.
The only bummer about that is because of that, it had to be called Money for Nothing / Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be the Ballad of Jed Clampett.
Right.
Instead, so it's just, Weird Al, he tells that story and he's like, legal.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. It was still huge.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
It's not like Lose Yourself, where Couch Potato was so drastically different of a title that no one knew what that was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least with
The cognitive dissonance on that one for me is too much. It doesn't work. Yeah. I'm glad you brought up Money for Nothing, because that was definitely on my short list. I mean, honestly, mostly it's just because I love that guitar riff to begin with. So it's not necessarily so much that Weird Al did this, so much as that Money for Nothing is an awesome lick.
Right.
And throwing the Beverly Hillbillies, theme over is a pretty weird, an inspired move. So it was a contender. I'm really not sure what to do for 14 here. I got too many good options.
It is. It's an embarrassment of riches.
It is.
Yeah. It really is.
I'm laughing because it's true.
I just, since I'm done with mine now, I slid my list over so Lauren could see my complete list, and I got a knowing nod. So be jealous.
Here's what I'm going to do. I could make pretty similar arguments for most of the rockier ones on this list. I'm gonna bend the rules just for the sake of bending the rules and do a song that is not really rock, but it is about a rock star. And that is from Running with Scissors, My Baby's in Love with Eddie Vedder.
Zydeco, baby.
A Zydeco song about a man who is concerned that he is losing his lady to one Eddie Vedder and all of his Gen X greatness.
Which was a very real concern for many of us at the time.
I think this is it's an absolute genius stroke here because sonically you don't get much further from grunge than Zydeco.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope.
And also geographically, you don't get much further from grunge than Zydeco.
Right.
You know?
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Sick accordion solo on that song too, man.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah. And I don't know. When you need an accordion solo somewhere in any Weird Al, compilation. So
Yes.
I'm glad that that's there. We could slide that in. I love that one. I love that punchline with Alanis Morissette. Just turning it back around on its head. It's just wonderful. So we're gonna add one about rock. All right, and that's gonna take us back to Dan for 15.
Yeah, and I'm sure that most people are expecting like Canadian Idiot or something like that, but that's not going to be the case. Sorry, that's going to be left off this list apparently. My song, the last song of the list here is going to be from 1983, and it's Another One Rides a Bus, which is a parody of Queen's Another One Bites the Dust.
That'll work.
That's a really poetic way to end this, actually.
Yeah.
Because it's from his self-titled debut album.
Going back to those early days when he was mostly making armpit farts in his songs, and that was it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he had an armpit fart guy.
Actually,
so.
he has a hand fart guy, like
Yeah,
legit. No, I'm not even joking.
You know what I'm saying? Let's not just.
He does.
He does.
Yeah.
He does.
I'm pretty sure it's in the headline news as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same guy, and he's done. Yeah. But
What a claim to fame! Holy cow!
Yeah, Al's performance of this on the Tom Snyder show was his first national television performance, and he's wearing beautiful patchwork velvet pants, playing Another One Rides the Bus while John Bermuda Schwartz bangs on the accordion case. It's also a delightful performance.
Nice.
Oh man, I like that. That's a good pick. I am amazed that the Itch left off Canadian Idiot. We left off I'll Sue Ya, the Rage parody.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't believe it. We left off the Angry White Boy polka, though I was so tempted.
I was too.
I wrote a couple of polkas down just because there was some that really intrigued me.
The Angry White Boy polka is the itchiest of them all because it's like disturbed and stuff like that on it. So
It's a very itchy
The alternative polka is pretty good too, and very
Mhm.
relevant as well.
Yeah.
that's true.
In terms for like our classic rock, block, the Bohemian polka is right on the money, of course.
Yes.
We were at an Oktoberfest event this last weekend, and we got in public over a giant PA. We got the Hot Rocks polka played, the Rolling Stones All Stones polka, and then what was Polkas on 45?
Polkas on
as well,
45, yeah.
And it was
Nice.
great for us people watching because we're sitting at this Oktoberfest thing and we're just watching people be like, "What the? What the?" It was awesome,
Dude. And so it's like, speaking of that, like that's exactly kind of what I thought when I heard the Hamilton polka. I was like, wow, this is like perfect. It wraps up the whole freaking thing in like 5 minutes.
It's genius. That is a master perfecting his craft, the Hamilton polka right there.
Yes.
That's 40 years of doing polkas just like perfected. I'm not even a Hamilton person, okay? But I love the Hamilton polka.
That's good.
Yeah.
That actually really amazes me. I didn't realize that we left out a signature. Basically, every Weird Al album has a polka, and we did not put one on ours. But at least we've discussed the ample opportunities and the quality selection that was available.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And in fairness, the Food album doesn't have a polka. The TV
That's true.
album
even worse.
doesn't have a polka. Yeah, even worse.
Even
doesn't
worse
have a
is the
polka.
only proper record without a polka.
Yeah.
record.
And the self-titled debut album does not have
Oh,
a
right,
polka.
yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
very accordion heavy, so I can see why you might
Yeah.
think that.
Yeah, it didn't need one at that point. Maybe.
No, everything's
Um,
accordion.
I deliberately made a choice to leave out food parodies. Maybe it's because there was, again, such an abundance of riches to choose from.
Yeah.
And because it is the same joke more or less in almost all of them.
Yeah.
And so as fun as that joke is, I wanted us to pick some things that were a little more unique.
I was just looking at my list. I didn't put any food on there. Not consciously, but I didn't put any food on my list.
No,
either.
I didn't either.
I kind of thought Russ was gonna throw in "Eat It." I mean, that guitar lick is one rocking piece of work right there.
Again, guitar tone's terrible. I can't deal with it.
The tone ruined it for him.
It's upsetting.
It's upsetting.
But it's like if you on that same record, if you listen to a theme from Rocky 13 or the Brady Bunch, like the production on those is like dead on. And then Eat It, the guitar tone sounds like it's like a silver tone coming through the worst Sears amp ever. It's offensive. It's offensive.
Do you think maybe we just have gotten so accustomed to Weird Al having the bar so high that it throws us off that when something isn't perfection?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's my problem. Yeah, for sure.
Forgetting the fact that some stuff is incredibly hard to duplicate. And that, his success rate for doing so has got to be higher than just about anybody else at duplicating sounds.
Oh, for sure. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to focus on the two I don't like. Come on now.
Definitely. All right. Cool. Well, that was fun. I'm glad we got to do that. I am glad that we got to have you guys on. Yeah, as the show has become, over time, it's gotten more and more into mostly being interviews and concert reviews. And so we were way due up to go back to a guest feature to have some of our podcaster friends on. It's a thing we like to do once in a while. And so we're happy to have you guys to be part of that.
We're happy to be here. I love talking about Weird Al, and it's nice. I mean, Russ, I'm glad you were here for it, but it's also nice to have other people enjoy me talking about Weird Al, not just like you on the couch.
Well, what's funny is oftentimes I have to remind her that I have been a Weird Al fan for as long as I have been, because like she'll start going and I'm like, that scene in Wayne's World of Phil, we were there, like I'm like, she'll like start talking and I'm like, yeah, I know. Like yeah, like I know all of that, and she's like, oh, I know. Because she's used to dealing with people that don't know that much about Weird Al,
Yeah.
I actually do that to my wife all the time, talk about something. She's like, yeah, I was with you. I was like, oh, sorry. Oops.
Well, it's awesome to have somebody on the show that is a bigger fan of Weird Al than Aaron and I are. So
yeah, thanks. I'm only 5'2".
Good one.
So do check out the Beard Al podcast, which is now bi-weekly because every once in a while you need a break after you've done a show for a few years. And Infectious Groove, which is mostly on YouTube at this point.
Yeah.
You can go check out the previous podcast episodes, and they're worth your while.
All right. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the, now a 15 list song. I was ready to say 10. I was like, wait, we switched it up.
Yeah.
A mixtape, or, I don't know what you ever want to call it. Like,
yeah, Weird Al rockish mixtape.
There you go. Downloadable list.
Yeah, maybe we'll make a playlist for this.
Yeah.
There you go. So thank you very much for listening to The Itch. My name is Dan.
I'm Casey.
I'm Aaron. You guys can do it too. Why not?
Sure,
Yeah.
I'm Lauren.
And I'm Russ.
Yeah.
And until next time, I definitely need to bring more alcohol.
If you enjoyed what you heard in this episode, please subscribe and tell a friend about The Itch.
Check out the show notes for links about the episode, as well as our new music playlist and where you can hear us every Sunday night.
And you can interact with us at itchrocks.com or on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Gmail, all at itchrocks, ITCHROCKS. I'm totally bringing alcohol next time.